You're not going to offend anybody.
I think Portland would benefit by, instead of suggesting that the homeless go under a bridge when it's pouring down rain, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see them, they don't exist. Is to carry a little list of resources to, shelters in the area. Not necessarily only the ones downtown, but some people don't have the means to walk all the way downtown or to go all the way downtown with their cart and stuff. So if they had something a little bit more on this side of town, or just a place or two when it's raining,
right?
Where people can, because people really get worn out when it's raining and cold.
Yeah. Are you talking about the police when they come and move people?
No, this was just one incident. I haven't had a whole lot of bad run-ins with the police at all.
But you're suggesting that
there should be, instead of telling them to go under a bridge or just get out of the park, they should have a list of resources, to handle.
Right.
Something in the area where they can go, like even if it's just, overnight shelter or whatever, or just somewhere to go and just dry off, or, because I understand that beds are kind of tight sometimes, but, I just don't understand why, if there's some people that can't advocate for themselves, they're vulnerable.
Right.
And they just kind of continually get in trouble from sleeping where they're not supposed to sleep. And then they go to jail, where they have a record and stuff, and it's kind of a domino effect.
Yeah, I have a friend who's also homeless who told us the same thing. He's a guy who has a degree, and unfortunately he spiraled into alcohol.
It's easy to do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get depressed.
Right.
And then after a while you just kind of give up, like, oh, fuck, like, here are the goddamn cops again, It's like, and then one time I asked this guy for his badge number, and he just flat out told me no.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of weird,
Do you know about the Right to Dream camp?
Yeah, not too much. I know that they moved it. But
yeah, they were moving it to southeast over by the railroad tracks.
And I know that some people don't like the shelters because there's drugs and there's alcohol, and then sometimes there's, like there might not be the cleanest places, like
yeah,
and maybe too much noise or whatever. So, I think that a little bit more lax on people, that aren't causing a problem. Like these guys over here, they don't cause a problem. They might get a little loud sometimes, but they don't fight and shit all over the place, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
They don't steal and stuff like that, and I think homelessness has got a bad rap. It's like kind of saying the black guy with the great big ghetto blaster is going to come and rob you or rape you. It's like kind of a cliche thing. It's like, oh my God, there's a homeless guy. Don't talk to him. It's like they say, hey, can you spare some change or whatever, and they just walk right on by. It's like they can't even. People sometimes are scared by it, and it's like they don't know what they're not familiar with. It's not putting anybody down if they just don't grow up with it, or they're not familiar with it. It's kind of scary, but
well, that's one reason that I'm doing this project of interviewing people like yourself to show people that we're all people.
Yeah, I lived around the corner for 27 years, but I went downhill. My friend started dying, and my son left, and I just went downhill really fast. I don't know, gradually, actually, my whole life, my entire life, because I started out abused and stuff, and I just, after faking it and smiling and, trying to let everybody know that you're okay, and, raising a kid and the best I could with just me, and, alcoholism, I was an alcoholic, but I was a functioning alcoholic, but, I thought I was, but, I probably wasn't, because I yelled a lot at my son, and I know my neighbors probably heard that, and, now I'm just kind of wondering if they took a vote and cast me out, because I was clearly having like some issues. Like I told you, I had a stroke or something. I thought I was eating my boyfriend. And then my neighbor's out there taking my picture with this phone. So I flipped him off. He goes, what? And I was like, send that to your boss. And he said, but I was crying because, I thought, I don't know, like my brain just did some weird stuff. Like I told you, I think I had a stroke.
When you started having those problems, did anybody try to help you? Any organization or any?
Well, it seemed like more people were laughing at me because I think they thought I was partying really hard or something. But anybody that knew me at all would know that when they came into my house, like, oh my God, there's something severely wrong with Joanna.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people just kind of thought maybe, a few people that I let, into my home probably just thought that I was getting into drugs.
Well, unfortunately, our society takes care of the rich and kicks the poor to the curb.
Well, they fall through the crack.
Yeah.
The poor, the disabled, and the elderly.
Have you ever heard of Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
He's running for president now.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. I just joined his campaign, BernieSanders.com. But the idea is to make America a place for people like us, all of us except the super rich, have a chance instead of just the super rich having a chance.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, because look at all the houses and stuff that were empty here a while ago, and they had, from what I read, they had $8 million, to spend on homeless people, and it's just trying to figure out what the hell they do.
Yeah, where'd that money go?
Yeah, I know, because why is there so many empty homes and there's still homeless people?
Have you noticed more women and girls being homeless this year?
No, I've noticed more men.
More men?
More men. Oh, you mean as over
Yeah,
the last
compared to the last
years?
couple of years.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
And because I used to feed homeless years ago. You know, like I'd make extra food and stuff, and it was always men. But now it seems like I've seen more and more women.
Yeah, I've seen. The last year and a half, I've seen probably a 25 to 50% increase in the amount of women that I see homeless and begging for money on the streets and things. And
and I haven't seen so many kids really, but the women, yeah.
Well, I think the kids you don't see because the parents keep them away from the public eye as much as possible.
They're still in some of them have vehicles, and they pull up and they keep the kids in the vehicle or whatever.
We got to do something.
But it's just it's crazy because it's once you some people are blessed, like they grow up in a financially stable home, or they have college. I went to college, but some people they don't have that opportunity,
right.
Or they live in a gang or poverty, area, and they start out on drugs and alcohol, and it doesn't mean they're bad. It just means what they got.
That's right. Rich kids start out in rich homes. That doesn't mean they're good.
And some are poor and they strive. I took me until I was 30 to go back to college. But I was a high school dropout and stuff. And there was no way I could have done high school because I went home and my dad was passed out drunk, or my mom and dad were both drunk, and it was like, well, don't you learn a fucking thing? And it was like, and I'm getting it from him. And I go back and ask the teachers, and then they're like, making me feel like shit because I'm asking. So then you just stop asking, and so I just dropped out. But we moved 30 sometimes by the time I was 16.
Wow.
And it's really hard to make friends or come home and do schoolwork if your family's drunk and yelling and fighting, or you get up moving twice a year.
True.
And so sometimes I think that it's easy to go further and further spiral into a downward spiral once you're in that.
Do you see any hope for the future for you and for this country?
Yeah, I do.
Bravo.
I do, because you know what? I think they've become a little bit more lax with people in the park, and I've seen the police actually really rough up some homeless people for nothing, but it seems like they're getting a little bit more lax, but they do need more facilities and more resources, they have a couple places over this way in the southeast, I know, and then one way out that way, and some of these people are pushing the cart, and they don't want to get on the bus. It's like you gotta stash your cart, and it's like have somebody wash it,
So what do you think would be the most beneficial thing for homeless people? Like, place to wash up, do the laundry.
Like a community center, like a place to hang out and play pool, or have a cup of coffee, and then I think with some of these big apartment complexes, or the big homes that are like fourplexes and whatnot, I think.
Ron, come on.
That I think it would be if they just this, if I had any homes like that, I would totally give my homes up for like a community, a small community, and just make sure that there's like somebody that's kind of holding meetings or something, make sure things didn't get out of hand with alcohol or drugs or anything, but just let them forever. It's like, because they're saying, no, this is the Pearl District or whatever. You don't have homeless people living here, but they have yet empty homes sitting there, for a year.
Where would your priority be in terms of, if you could just choose one, maybe two things for homeless people?
A community center.
With
resources and, with some beds and like a downstairs with, like a cafeteria, whatever, and shower, and then upstairs maybe, or like a backside or something. With beds, and just resources where they can go to get food boxes and, clothing and prayers or whatever, just whatever they need,
Well, Joanne, Baran wants to go, but thank you.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot more that I could say about it, but I'm really tired. Like I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I was like, I had to go on a long walkabout. I've been having some really bad issues.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I haven't seen my family in 6 years, and I'm just really upset about that.
I understand that.
Do you?
Yeah, my wife hasn't seen one of her sons for a couple of years, so. And
I'm having a really hard time understanding how 13 people died all in a week, and my sister was murdered. It's just bizarre.
Well,
So
God bless
so
you.
I haven't even grieved yet, so I'm just kind of sitting here kind of in it. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much.